All right, mathletes. So I know what you're thinking. What do you mean best math channels on YouTube? Aren't you the best, Dr. Math? Of course, of course. But what I want to look at is people who have been doing this a while. Because again, I've been in education for a while, and my business has always been to going to people's houses, maybe tutoring online now, right? With one-on-one or with one-on groups. And so I got into this game late, but let's talk about people who've been doing this a while that have tons of content. And I'm not gonna lie, content that I've watched hundreds, if not thousands of these videos, because I'm always trying to up my game and to try to rethink how can I get this information into my students' mind, right? And these guys, they do a great job. So we're just gonna look at 5, but there's so many out there. And most of them are hard to find too, right? Because YouTube already kind of selected its winners, and the other folks like myself, we're new to the game, right? I'm on month 3 of doing this, of actually making videos consistently. And so it's hard for people to get seen, right? So let's look at these guys. Let me start with this guy right here, Eddie Wu. So I've seen his videos, and this guy is exciting. Because he loves to talk about the history of math. He does some great examples. He's very clear in his breakdown. He gets his students to think. So his videos are great for when you want to learn that subject, right? Which should be that main goal, and understand what it is you're doing and why it is that you're doing it. The videos aren't too short. Sometimes some people are just looking for let me just see how to find derivatives of this type of problem. This, you're going to have to set up some time for his videos, because you're going to explore the idea the way you should to understand it. So it really depends on your purpose. So I'm going to talk about a few things here. Grade levels, right? What your goal is. Some people just want to go find something real fast and then be able to kind of copy it down. Other people are going to have some time where they're going to want to really understand it. So it depends on what your goal is. And so if I scroll down here, you're going to see he talks about calculus here. He talks about a lot of things on his websites, applications of calculus, complex numbers, binomial theorems. So this is a good place to go and check out so many different ideas of math. All right, so this is our first guy right here, Mr. Eddie Wu. Little shout out to from Dr. Math if you see me out there, Eddie. All right, the next guy is an old school guy. He's been at it since the beginning, and we're going with Patrick JMT. He's just using like one of those whiteboards, small whiteboards, and writing on it and recording himself. Nothing spectacular, but what is spectacular, right, which should matter, nothing spectacular in terms of graphics, but this guy is clear. He knows what he's talking about, and he likes to give you a background of why you're doing what you're doing. This is a good, quick way of learning math. He's not going to do a whole lecture, a whole hour's worth. He's going to show a bunch of short examples, and I think that's what most people want to see, is show me an example so I could do it myself, and so I could pick up on things. And what's cool about his website here is he's really organized. So he has tons of algebra content, right? Basically like a whole class here almost. But again, it's a bunch of examples. It's not the entire lectures. Or some arithmetic and some calculus. And again, he does a really good job. Differential equations, linear algebra. So statistics, that's where his game is lagging. Trig and some other things. But again, this guy, he does a really good job of explaining what's going on. And I think he's a professor at Vanderbilt. I think that's where he's a professor at. But anyways, this one is another one we should check out. All right. The third person I have is, I think, the Organic Chemistry Tutor. And I just went to his website instead of showing the YouTube because this guy has it nicely organized as well, where he has topics about so many things, not only math, but science as well. So he has topics listed, right? So he has SAT prep, just like Dr. Math has started. And again, these guys aren't going to shock you in terms of, they're not funny, but most people are there just for the content, right? They just want to learn the math. They're not there to be entertained. And these guys right? They come with knowledge, and they're pretty darn clear. And I think this is what people want. I think in the future where we're headed, people like myself, that I try to be a little bit more entertaining, just so you're not there falling asleep. But these guys definitely do a great job at explaining the material and like getting straight to the point, right? Nothing flashy, but just straight to the point. And so many people appreciate that. All right, we're going to talk about some obvious ones now. Khan Academy, right? So this is the one we've all heard of, but I like this one because this is the one where you actually, if you log in and not only watch the videos, you could log in and practice. And that's the key, folks, is all these guys are great in terms of, like, you could watch Michael Jordan shoot and it looks so easy, but when you go out and try it, like, most likely you're gonna be nothing like that. These guys, they make it look easy, but I like the Khan Academy platform because you could actually go on there and try these problems out yourself. And that's the key. That's what I like to see more of more hands-on practice, because again, it's always easy when the experts are doing it, but how about when you're doing it as you're learning this for the first time? You're going to need some guidance. You're going to need some feedback. And this is why this program right here, Khan Academy, is great. Even if you don't enjoy his explanations, right, you could mix that in with other things so you could really learn the material. And what's great is, look at the courses. They have courses on so much, from kindergarten basically through college. So again, this is a great resource. Most people just remember like the YouTube videos, but again, the key is getting that practice and engaging with the material. And then I'll link this down below. School Yourself is another site where it's not YouTube videos, it's not YouTubers, but it's a great website that I did a review on, and where it allows you to practice. And that's the key. Are you getting the practice? Some of you already have homework and stuff and you just need it so you could check your answers and stuff. But again, as you're learning this material, I think it's huge to learn it and then right away practice it, right? So make sure you're getting that practice in. All right, the last one, depending for the lower grade levels, is this Math Antics guy. So I'll do two. I'll do an additional one since depending on where you are when you're watching it, this is kind of the lower grade level, or if you have a really rough, a little not so solid foundation. Because I see people, and even my calculus class is still struggling with fractions and mixed numbers, or percentages. They need a reminder on some things. So again, this guy has a lot of the K through 12 type of ideas, mainly K through, I'll say 5 for most of his content. And then if you're a parent out there, or if you have a little brother or sister, they have a bunch of worksheets in here, because again, it's good just to watch a video, but you need time to practice. So he has that Math Antics, and it's like a sillier guy out there, but he does a good job with his animations and capturing. It's one of those videos from the feedback that I got from people is either you love them or you hate them, but they put in a lot of work in their videos. Another one that's not on here, that didn't make the top 5, is Nancy Pie. Let's type that in, Nancy Pie. Nancy Pie. Really good explanations. So if you ever go to Professor Leonard, he's another amazing one there. Maybe I'll go back. I know I said 5, but shoot, extra's not going to kill us. So she has a bunch of videos out there. I wish she was more organized. This is why I need to work on too, the organization. But when you do find the videos of what you need, she's very clear, organized, and most people are like, oh, Nancy Pie, oh, Dr. Math, right? I get it. So very clear at what she does, explains things really well. And this is what we want, right? This is why people come to YouTube, because we want clear explanations. We want to know how to do things, and sometimes the why. I think we should always want to know the why. And check this buff guy out, right? He's a little bit of Dr. Math side. Professor Leonard, this buff man right here, he's got some full-length videos, and he's a wonderful instructor, and he records his lectures and He does a great job of explaining things, keeping his class engaged, and helping students understand. So if you have time, right, and you really want to understand it from beginning to end, this guy records this whole lecture. They're long, but I say it's worth it because you're understanding the content. You're getting educated for free. All right, mathletes. So hopefully this breakdown, there's tons of more people out there. So if I left you out, don't hate me, right? Don't go, hey, why did you talk about my video? Again, these are just 5. There's so many people out there, a lot of them that they're up and coming, and they're just doing some amazing things because technology is changing, boom, like that. So again, keep an eye on Dr. Math because we're moving up there too. We're just getting started. And if you help us out, subscribe, share this video with a friend, right? And tell people we're here to support you so that you can make those math gains. Boom. See you next time, folks. Peace.